Mary Dravis Parrish, the Parent Whisperer and the author of Empowered Parents, Empowering Kids, inviting you to our intro to Have More Ease with Kids, our series with Empowered Adults, Empowering Kids. And I'm joined with okay.
Hi. She's joined by me, Desiree Aragon. Thank you, Mary. I'm a kid enthusiast. My experience with children comes from a really young age. Most experience started when I owned my own in-home daycare, taught preschool 3 days a week, and have been in the school system as a substitute teacher. And I also have learned some amazing tools that can contribute to and have contributed to the students that I've substitute taught for. And those tools come from Access Consciousness. And we're here to share those tools with you today to allow you to have more ease with the children in your life, whether you're a daycare provider, a coach, a nanny, a grandparent, a parent, a teacher. We are here to contribute to you. And also, in regards to those tools, we are here to introduce to you to our series that we will be sharing over the next 3 months.
Yay! And so, as I said, I'm the Parent Whisperer. I'm also an Access Consciousness facilitator. I love working with parents and creating more ease. And we thought, why not share these with all adults? So, yes, like Desiree said, regardless of how you interact with kids, if you'd like to have more ease, we've got some dynamic, simple, effective tools that can create all kinds of possibilities for you. And one of the things that I notice with these tools is you get to use them in your own individual way. So what I like about this kind of method of creating change with kids is it's not about following some kind of formula. It's really about knowing what different tools there are and which ones, and play with them and to see which ones might work in certain situations. And that if something doesn't work, you always have something else to try. So it's about getting out of the frustration and the confusion and really being able to step in wholeheartedly, be yourself. Don't try to be somebody else or compare yourself to someone else, but you get to be who you truly be. And when you be who you truly be, you also allow kids to be who they truly be. So we're going to share just a couple of those with you to give you an idea to let you start playing with, and just know that when we do our series, we'll go into these with a lot more depth, but we certainly can get you started with a couple of basics. And so, Desiree, I know that you have found these tools really effective in your relationship with your niece and nephew. Would you like to share one of those tools or what you found most easiest to apply right off the bat?
Well, what I found most easiest to apply is the possibility of question rather than fear. I know that before I had these tools, I was always in fear of what my nephew and my niece may encounter. There's so many possibilities in the world, and I would always worry about them. And what I have found is that really doesn't change anything for them. It doesn't empower them, and it really doesn't make me feel any better. So some tools that I've been able to ask that are very simple to anybody is really like, what is right about this? You know, what else is possible about this situation? So that tool, what else is possible that I don't know of yet, has really allowed me to dissipate any intense energy around fear about what I think they're going through. And what's amazing is when I've asked, well, what else is possible? What else is possible with them? You know, I know they like to carry on and go out with their friends, and I can't be there all the time. And when I asked what else is possible, it really allowed me to not be so scared anymore. So that's a really simple tip that I've used. If you'd like to expand on that in your situation, I'm happy to hear.
Yeah, well, I think what else is possible is a great question to ask in so many situations. But yeah, definitely when your fear overtakes and you feel like you're frustrated or you're confused or you just don't know what else to do, it's a place where you can disarm the fear so that you don't project it onto your kids. So rather than feeling fearful, you can ask a question. And we have some other tools about how to get out of fear, because it can be a real block in communicating with kids. It can be something that you share with them that you don't really want to share with them. And so fear is a huge thing that a lot of people deal with, of course, especially parents, but also adults who are working with kids, and they don't want to do anything that might hurt the kids, but also they don't want to let the kids have, I don't know, too much control or whatever they might be afraid the kids might do. I think when we ask the question, what else is possible, we empower kids to also know that other things are possible, not just one thing. And when we can get them in touch with their own awareness, as we do that with ourselves, that gives them the opportunity to step into more possibilities.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, stepping into more possibilities. The other day I was in the store and there was a little gal, and she was just wanting to get out of the car and walk around. And another tool actually popped in my mind, and I asked, well, how does it get any better than this? And I thought, that, I know sometimes there's this fear that some parents might have about, oh my gosh, what is this person going to think of me in this store? And it was really interesting as I was thinking in my mind, what else is possible? How does it get any better than this? And I looked at the mom and I just started smiling. And it was very interesting because the frustration that was on her face was kind of dissipated just because I was able to be in a space of how does it get any better? What else is possible? And she just kind of like, was just like relieved just by me asking those questions in my own mind. So I wonder, how else can it contribute to you parents out there, coaches, grandparents, nannies, to you, during this situation? What else can it do for you when you're just experiencing some intense moments in the store with your kids? Yeah, it really lightened things up a lot.
That's what I like about that question you mentioned before. What's right about this I'm not getting?
Oh, yeah.
We spend so much time in what we feel we've done wrong, or how we're wrong, or what our kids are doing wrong, or what's wrong with this, what's wrong with that. And when we go to that place, it's so destructive because it's such a negative judgment area. But when we can go to what's right about this, we begin to open up possibilities that there's something really that we can get out of this that can change the whole situation. And
Yeah.
so that question too. And the other thing that just came through, like you were actually considering, offering people the possibility that if they just be this space of question, they could actually make it easier for other people. Like, how cool is that? When we can just open up and be a space of question, or a space of, I think of the mantra Access uses, all of life comes to us with joy, ease, joy, and glory. And I know I'll say that when the people around me are in conflict or struggling with something, and just being in that space of ease, joy, and glory seems to just like have a ripple effect to allow other people to experience ease, joy, and glory if they'd like to.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've been using my book, Empowered Parents, Empowering Kids, haven't you?
I have. I love this book. Holy macaroni. This has been so amazing for me. What's awesome is I have less judgment for my mom, interestingly. She's raising my nephew and my niece. And, you know, it's a whole different ball game when you're raising kids and you're on the inside. And from the outside, I thought, well, why isn't she doing this? I'm offering her this tool. I'm offering her, you know, all these different possibilities to allow the children to interact with different things outside the home. And oh my gosh, why isn't she doing that? And your book has given me tools to dissipate the judgment that she's actually, the judgment that she's doing something wrong because she wasn't doing something I suggested that I thought would be better. And what's really interesting is that because I have been in a place of question and curiosity and no judgment with however she's doing in raising my nephew and my niece, and also in what she's choosing, it's so funny because, so amazing because she's just so much more at ease when I even have a conversation with her. She doesn't feel like I'm judging her. And it just feels like it percolates through the whole phone conversation and their room on the other side of the, they're in a whole different state. And it just really fills our conversation and the space with more ease, more joy. That intense picking on is gone.
Awesome. That's awesome. I don't suppose people could use those same tools to let go of the judgments they have about themselves, could they?
I don't know. I wonder.
Yeah. Those though, do we?
Not at all. Wow. Yeah, those have been very empowering for myself as well. So.
Yes, I'm just thinking about other adults besides parents who work with kids, and if they could step out of the wrongness of labeling kids or let go of the judgments. I wonder what capacities and abilities that the kids have might shine through and might really be able to expand their lives and allow them to soar, and could they be the adults that really allow them to move in that space when perhaps these kids don't have anybody else that can do that for them. So I think that's one of the reasons we're offering this class, is so that these adults can be that space for them. But in the process, they get to see what's going on for them too. And so it's a win-win situation when they both get to be empowered, both the adults and the kids.
Absolutely. That reminds me of one of the series that we're going to be talking about, and it's about receiving and how much more we can as adults with kids can empower the children when we receive the gifts that they be, because we're not judging them.
Right, and that's in such a huge way, like much bigger than we ever imagined. Like a lot of people think, yeah, kids are a real gift and they have a lot of energy, and there's so much more. And I'm excited to be able to share that with people, of how we can receive so much more from kids, and where we can let go of our unwillingness to do that. So that'll be a lot of fun. Do you want to talk about the dates and the other topics we're going to be talking about?
Absolutely. Yeah, we get to start on August 18th, Going Beyond Discipline. And going beyond discipline. What if you didn't have to discipline anybody? I remember what it was like when my mother tried to discipline me, and she would have had these different tools, how much easier hers and I's relationship could have been. So we're here to shine some more light on that on August 18th. We also have the next one coming up September 17th, and it's how to get kids to listen and do what you want them to do. How many of you coaches, parents, grandparents have forced trying to get them to do what you want them to do? Would you like a different possibility? Yeah. So that's what we're going to share with you. It's a whole different possibility. And October 7th is about what you can receive from kids. And like Mary said, this may surprise you. It will go beyond just their exuberance. They have so much to give to us. Think about when you were a child and all the wondrous thoughts that you would have, and also that place of, oh, I know I can do this. You know, what if they have something to contribute to us whenever their excitement is of something that they're accomplishing, and how much can we receive from that and beyond? And these classes are going to take place at Pathways to Wellness. That is in Fort Collins, here in Fort Collins, and that's 134 West Harvard in Fort Collins from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And your contribution for the classes, for the series, is $20 a class. If you'd like to come in for all 3 classes, we'd love to have you. You can join for all 3 classes for only $50. And we'd like to ask you, if you choose this class series with us, what will your life and your relationship be like 6 months from now with the kids in your life? And if you don't choose this series, what will your relationship be like 6 months from now with the kids in your life? So really just, see what feels like a bigger contribution. We'd love to play with you. We'd love to spread some light on any areas for you. And if what you're doing is working, then that's great. Continue that. If not, come play. We'd love to have you.
Absolutely, we would. And, this whole question about choice, if I choose this, if I don't choose this, perhaps that's a new venture for you. Like perhaps you've never used that as a way to choose. Perhaps you've been the one who's always tried to analyze it, figure it out. And I don't know, when I do that, I seem to stop myself. So I think what Desiree is really wanting you to understand is that follow the energy. And sometimes, a lot of times we do things because we don't know why we're doing them, because it just seems like the right thing to do. And so if this feels like the right thing to do for you and it would expand your life, then come play with us. You'll find it'll be lots of fun. You'll walk away with tools and things to do right from the get-go. I'll even tell you that if you don't get something out of these classes, you can have your money back, because I know you will. You'll get so much that you'll be able to use. And if you'd like to we'd really like it if you'd register ahead of time. And you can do that at the website, BEYOU, parenting.com/empowered-adults-empowering-kids-series. If that's too much to remember, just go to the BUparenting.com and click on the classes button, and there will be a drop down for that. And you can just register right there on the spot, and you can also pay online. So we'd really love to see you. Share the word with other people. And yeah, what else is possible?
Yay! If you see this flyer, this is the one that is the invitation for you to hand out and share with others. We'd love to play. So thank you for joining us today. And I wonder what else is possible.
Yep. Have a wonderful evening.
Bye.